Hi, Facebook girls.
This is us.
We're back.
That's Tracy. I'm Candy. We're with CH Accounting. I'm going to not cover the microphone. This live thing is new to us, so pardon us. We're trying to do our best here. We're talking about maybe getting some kind of a sticker prop or something for this, because right now my arm is going to get tired. Yeah. But we'll work it out. Okay, so join! People,
join.
We let you know.
I know some of you have watched our videos when we were at the exhibition, so here we are in the office doing it again, as we promised with our Live Fridays. Did we discuss a name? What are we going to use?
We don't know. We're going to call it something other than Live Friday, which is pretty boring, but...
Q&A, CH Accounting.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. This is us live. So, again, the whole free advice thing, right? So if there's a question you have, just chime in. Let us know you want to know.
No stupid questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. If you don't have the answer, you want it.
We'll tell you. Definitely. Just ask us. If it's something that you would like to ask us privately, send us a private message on Facebook through the CH Accounting page. And I will not send, submit your name. Like, I won't say it's from you. We'll just answer the question for you.
Yeah.
So that way you don't actually have to, watch. You don't actually have to see your name live. All right. So I'm going to turn this volume down over here, or we're going to get duplicate stuff going on. We're just watching ourselves live, which sounds ridiculous, but I think it might work better for the questions, because then we can kind of
see all your questions.
Check things out.
Because you can comment in the comments on the live video, and we can see when you're commenting and answer your questions. So.
Yep, exactly. So we need some of you guys to to join us. But until then, until some folks join and ask us some questions, we have some pre-submitted ones, which is pretty exciting. So let's see what we got. What do we got first, Tracy?
All right. First question is, what is the CRA?
Ugh, evil.
So what are they?
Evil. It's an evil corporation that is out to ruin our lives.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
They administer the tax laws for Canada, but yes, they are out to ruin our lives.
Okay, so the CRA is the Canada Revenue Agency, and that name was it was a few years ago. They erased Revenue Canada with CRA. So what they are is they're the organization that's responsible for administering and policing our tax laws in Canada, and basically their job is to enforce that we file, make sure we file accurately.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, accurate filing is a good thing. And then they'll go after taxpayers that haven't filed. And as you know, I mean, I know none of us really want to pay taxes. I definitely don't want to have to pay any more tax than I have to.
No.
Nobody does.
Nobody likes to get that negative amount.
Yeah. It's a horrible thing. But the fact of the matter is that our tax money goes to things, right? Like, we need roads and streets and all that kind of fun stuff.
Healthcare, roads, you know.
So taxes are okay. I mean, we have to pay them in order to live the life that we love.
I love Canada.
Yeah, when you look at this...
we have some pretty good stuff that a lot of countries would really, really want to get.
Some of the countries around us...
Yeah.
Are experiencing some growing pains related to their tax issues. So yeah, let's
be happy that we're here and we have tax laws.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we didn't? All the crooks and
Could you imagine?
It would not be good.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that our tax laws allow us to self-calculate our taxes as it is. And I mean, I know a lot of people get reviewed, and people are like, that's a good question. Reviews versus audits.
Reviews versus audits. That's a great question.
And I know a lot of people hate getting reviewed, but the fact of the matter is it's a self-assessment system, so there has to be some policing of it, right? Yes. So when you get that letter in the mail that says, send us your union dues, they're doing that because they've got to police it somehow.
Send a stupid letter that you can't make sense of. It's true. So long and blah, 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 blah for one piece of paper that they need. So don't get overwhelmed when you get these reviews.
Good advice.
Don't get overwhelmed. Bring it to us.
Yeah.
We can decipher it for you
and
figure out what you need to send. And then we just send it. It's gone away, done.
Yep. And it's not an audit. There's a difference between an
it's
audit
not
and a review, okay? So if you get a letter that says, hey, we're looking at the following thing for the following year, it'll say right in the subject line, it'll say tax review year, whatever. That is a review. And all it means is somebody wants you to prove a deduction. And that's all right, because you have the proof of the deduction anyways, or we wouldn't have used it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's okay. Bring us in the little folder that we send you home with, your tax folder, and bring that in with the letter. We'll make it go away. And that review service is actually included with your $35 that you paid to get me to do your taxes.
So essentially, it's free. It's not going to cost you anything.
Doesn't cost you anything. So if you get a review, don't try and muddle your way through it on your own. If you want
don't ignore it.
Don't.
Do not. So many people get these letters and get overwhelmed, don't know where to begin, and they ignore it. And then you get reassessed, and then you're like, why do I owe the government money? And yada, yada, yada. Yep. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in that situation. If you're overwhelmed, you don't understand what's written in the letter, bring it to us. We'll have a look at it, and we'll figure it out for you.
Yeah. If you ignore that letter, they're going to reassess, and they're going to say, since you didn't send us the documentation, you're not allowed to use the claim, and now you owe them money. It's horrible. And they'll charge you interest and penalties and all that kind of fun stuff.
We've seen people, they want proof of children and have their children removed. Yep. We've seen people, proof of union dues, proof of education, and if you ignore it, they'll take it away. And then you have to reprove that you did it. So it's just much easier. Get it done, get it over with. They don't change your file, and it's done. And
it's really not hard to do. You just bring in the folder that I gave you with your taxes, and I'll take it. If you have any homework, I'll let you know what you need to go dig up. If not, we just submit it all for you electronically, and it goes away. Poof, poof.
So, do we want to move on to another question?
Sure. Oh, let me one thing.
Okay.
We were talking about reviews versus audits.
Oh,
so
sorry.
An audit is when they come to you and they rip the entire year apart.
Audits are a little bit more painful.
A lot more work. We do offer audit support as well, but audits are a little bit more painful, and you'll know, trust me, I'll probably know before you if you're getting an audit. And generally speaking, knock on wood, they only generally audit businesses. So the average taxpayer is never going to have an audit, Although I know we like to call them that because they feel like an audit.
You feel like you're
they're
being
not really
picked on. And
yeah.
And sometimes they do pick on people, I think.
Yeah, sometimes, I don't think there's like an evil Meister sitting back in the CRA going, let's pick on Tracy.
Some people get the same thing over and over and over, and it gets tiresome, but you know what? We'll help you take care of it.
And I'm going to tell you something, insider tip I got from a guy at the CRA who is awesome, and I love you, and if you ever watch this, you know I love you. If you do not respond to a review letter, or if they review you for something and you can't prove the deduction that you tried to take, consider yourself flagged. You're going to get reviewed for various things for a number of years until you're honest again. And that's the way they look at it.
And that's because they are enforcing a law.
Yeah.
Taxes, they're the law. You have to do them. So, you know what? They're just trying to do their job and make sure people are being honest.
Yep. And by the same token, if you end up flagged and then you file correctly and you pass the review first try, you provide everything, if you do that a couple of times after an incident, then you're going to clear yourself off and you'll be okay. And they'll leave you alone eventually. So like I say, just follow the rules, right? If you follow the rules, keep yourself educated, make sure that we're doing what we can, you'll be all right.
All right. So next one. What if you don't have all your slips? So you're missing a T4, you're missing, I don't know, whatever, something for EI. What do you do then?
Give up. Don't bother even filing.
You're so funny. Don't listen to her. Come to us.
Seriously. The way that it works now with us e-filers is that and only e-filers can do this, okay? So
only people like her.
Well, Tracy's going to be an e-filer one day too, so ha ha ha. So the only thing about what we go through to become e-filers is that gives us a certain permission to go in and pull off slips and information about your tax situation. You have to grant us that. So there's a form, and I know you've all signed it, and then new customers will have to sign it as well.
But it's not like we're going to be in there rooting around without your permission. You have to give permission, and then we can go in and see what's there and pull up what you're missing.
Yeah, so there's this form. It's a T1013, it's called authorizing a representative. And basically what you do is you grant us authority to go in and basically look at anything that we need to in your tax situation, or in this instance, pull off T-slips. So they've got everything in there.
It's great. It's really
T4s,
good.
T507s, everything.
A lot can happen in a year.
Yeah.
So if you change jobs or if you change houses and you have a bunch of different slips coming and you don't know where this is, you don't know don't worry about it. Hopefully we can find it for you and get it done.
And definitely don't just not file because you can't find a T4 slip from Jacobs in Alberta when you were out there for 2 months. Don't worry about that. Come and check, because if we can pull it off, we can always
do an adjustment later too.
It's true. It's true. If the T4 slip isn't there, we can file you on time and then adjust it once the slip is there or once we find it.
Same as if you have something you bought for like your kids for like sports and stuff. If you're missing slips like that, we can still file, and if you find them later on, we can just adjust it. Bring it in and do an adjustment. And
anything that's incorrect.
They're pretty easy too.
Yeah. If you forget something in your taxes, as soon as you remember it, just come let us know. We can fix it. We'll make it better, and we'll make the adjustment. I'm sorry, I got an irritation going on here with
That's the eye you were picking at yesterday.
Yeah.
Stop scratching your eyes.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mom.
How long should I keep income tax records?
Forever. Forever. Just make a separate room.
CRA, you only have to keep them for 6 years.
Yes. So you're supposed to keep your tax records for 6 years. Here's what I'll tell you. If you have a small business, keep them for 10. Just be safe. Okay? Just in case. Because, God forbid, they decide to pull an audit on you from 2007 and you threw out the records last year. It would suck.
That wouldn't be fun.
It would not be good. So my recommendation, personal recommendation, is that if you operate a business, keep those records for 10 years. Your personal taxes, 6 is fine. I rarely do they ever go back further.
I think I have everything from the first time I ever filed taxes.
I do too. I just
don't know what to do with them. They're all stacked in a filing cabinet.
I have my very first T4 slip, and I should dig it out and show everybody because it's pretty funny. My very first T4 slip. It's pretty hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Anyways, so here's the thing.
Between 6 and 10 years.
Yes, 6 to 10 years.
6 for personal, 10 for business.
Here's the thing. If you suffered a tragic loss of your house, or you had a flood, or there was a fire or something and you lost your records, come back and ask, and I won't charge you very much, a couple bucks to reprint everything, but I'll reproduce it all for you. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so if you're missing something, it's okay. I can if I have access, I can pull it down and get you anything you need.
So now, does that cover for ones that you haven't filed? If there was years that you haven't filed,
I would.
Just because you're nice? Well,
if you're missing something and you need it, just come ask me. Seriously.
She's easy to deal with, people.
Well,
I hang around here for a reason.
I just think that sometimes we make things a little more difficult than they need to be. And taxes really don't need to be that difficult. So we'll work it out. If you're missing something, just come let us know. There was something I was thinking about that too, and now I can't remember where my train of thought went, and I derailed it. I can't remember. I'll come back to it. I was thinking about things they burned down, and I don't know. Oh, notice of assessments. See,
there you go.
As soon as I gave up, I've had a big run on people buying houses lately. It's really cool. But seriously, if you have lost your notice of assessment, I can get it for you. If you're a client,
print it off.
Yep. Literally takes 10 minutes. Hop in there, print off your notice of assessment, you're good to go. We can fax it off to whoever needs to go to, email it to your bank. I got a weird thing going on with my eyes and outside.
You're seeing the outside
Look at her nice mowed lawn. Yeah, so yeah, if you need your notice of assessment for financing or proof of income or student loan or a car or a house or whatever, and
anytime
you can't find it,
to get any kind of financing involving a loan, usually you need your notice of assessment.
Yep. Guess who can find it for you?
We can get it for you.
We can. Yep. You have to be a client.
No worries.
So,
no worries there.
you know, if you're not a client and you need your notice of assessment, come see me. We'll make you a client, and then we'll get your notice of assessment. Easy as that. But yeah, that's another thing. Okay.
Good idea. That was a good point.
I just kind of thought about. Well, I had some friends actually, some friends of Tommy's that are now friends of mine. Were looking for some financing for something, and yeah, they needed their notice of assessments, and I only did their taxes recently this year, so I went and pulled off the years that they needed, and we got everything together, and it worked out perfectly. So. And
it's stressful, you know, if you're going to buy a house, you're under so much stress as it is.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that if you are missing something, we can back you up.
Yeah, we can find it.
We got it for you.
We can find it pretty quick and pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, what else do we have here?
Oh.
If I have no income, should I still file?
Yes. Oh, my land, yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
A lot of people have this misconception that, oh, I didn't work this year, so I didn't make any income, so I don't have to file income tax. Yep. No, you do.
Yep.
Especially if you have kids, because if you don't file, you're not going to get that CCB.
Yep. And if you have a spouse who works and you're a stay-at-home, not make any income person, you still have to file, because if you don't file, your spouse can't use your credits. Totally illegal.
Yes, so no matter what, if you are not working, if you have zero income, none, you still have to file.
And here's what I'll tell you. Shh, don't tell anybody this, okay? Because this is not something that I publicize generally, but if you are a taxpayer and you work all your life, and I file your taxes for you, and your wife doesn't work, or you work and your husband doesn't, and they just need to file a nil return, which is what we call a zero return with no income, no credits, no anything. And there's no work involved in that return. So what I'm saying is they don't have any medical deductions. They don't have any, child care. There's nothing going on that file. Everything is going on yours. Then I file it for free. I'm sorry.
$35 for 2 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, seriously, guys, if you're
just
not working,
it needs done, right?
If you're not working, you still have to file. If you have no money, you still have to file.
Yeah.
And again, it's because the CRA, it's tax laws.
They got to know you didn't work.
Yeah, they got to know.
Yeah. And there's always new credits coming up, right? Like they rechanged the whole way the CC or the child tax benefit, not the Canada Child benefit is calculated. So they've changed all that. And now it's based on both of your incomes, and the math is completely different, right? So if your spouse didn't file his return, you're not getting your child tax benefit. It's not happening.
And before it used
Canada
to be
child benefit.
The child tax benefit, if you didn't file, you still received it.
Yeah.
But now, if you don't file, you don't get that CCB. You don't get it. And then you don't get your GST either. So there's a lot of credits that you're losing out on, and then you can't transfer your credits to your spouse.
Yes.
You can't, it's just, you have to do it.
Yeah, you won't get the working income tax benefit, you won't get the GST, you won't get your Canada child benefit. One day I will say that correctly.
Canada child benefit, I just say CCB. It's easier.
It is. CCB is much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you won't qualify for, and if you don't file your taxes, you can't get financing for anything. No. Even if you have zero and you and your husband go to buy a house, they're going to want both your notice of assessments.
Yes, definitely.
So file.
Can't get a notice of assessments if you didn't file.
True. So if you are not a client of mine, and you have a situation like this where you are filing, your husband's return because he's a stay-at-home mom and you're out working, come get your taxes done here. You'll pay $35 and he will pay $0 if he has nothing going on in his. Yeah.
Where else are you going to get that?
Yeah,
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Seriously, nowhere. And it's because I'm stupid, right? That's why. Because
when we were at the exhibition, I was really, really surprised with how many people came and said, $35? How? How could it be $35? I'm going to guess the average price people were telling us when we were there was around $170. That's
crazy. That is robbery.
Yeah.
It's robbery.
Just by what people were saying is what they paid last year. It's about, I'm going to say it was around between $150 and $170.
Yeah, it's robbery.
It's crazy.
So, and that's a good point. People did ask us how on earth do you do it for $35? here's what it is. The software costs what it does. The ink costs. I mean, you guys know the cost of operating a business, right? I mean, I've got fancy little printers, and we have stuff. Tracy costs money. She's not free, right? And I have to live. And I have to live, and I have bills to pay. I mean, Tommy's not going to support me, right? That's not the way the game is played. Well, he probably would, but we're not going to go there. Anyways.
He won't if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the fact of the matter is the $35, this is how. I work from my house. I don't have an office. I don't have a business line. I don't have business internet. I do not renew my subscription to the accountants associations. I have errors and omissions insurance, which is included with my home insurance that is at a reduced discount because I'm not any part of a professional organization. So there are several of us out there in the world who, I don't know if I would say that I removed myself from the designations of being an accountant, but I would rather you call me a bookkeeper and pay me less. Basically, that's what it is. The CGA doesn't mean anything to me. To be honest with you, I think 90% of Cape Breton doesn't care about initials behind your name. They just want it done accurately and on time and filed correctly. And so that's the way it is.
You have been doing this for years.
Yes.
For a long time.
For a very long time. Very, very long time.
And you're fully trained.
Yep.
Lots of education.
I went to school.
This woman knows her stuff.
Yeah, I went to school for this stuff. It's all good, you know. We're not just a couple of people who put an ad on Kijiji and said, let's give this a try. You know, I pay thousands of dollars for my software every year. We have errors and omissions insurance. I help you with review support. I'm e-file certified. You know, I go through all the bells and the whistles to make sure that we're a valid business and that we're doing this correctly for you. But I do not subscribe to the CGA associations, the CA associations. But there, in turn,
it makes it cheaper for you guys.
Saves so much money. And I get to play by my own rules, which is an important thing to me because I am a Taurus, and whether you believe in that stuff or not, I have a very hard head.
She likes to be in control.
So I prefer to charge you less and play by my own rules than to follow some rules of an association that doesn't know anything about Cape Breton and the way that business is operated here.
Connection is weak. We don't like weak connection. Go away, weak connection.
Our connection is weak. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why. Let me see if I can fix it. Bear with me one sec. There we go. We're better. All I did was I kicked the internet and it made it better. That was pretty cool, actually.
Poor connection does not equal friendship.
No, I don't know what happened there, but right. I kicked it and it made it better.
Let's see what else we have here.
We got off on a little bit of a tangent there, but that's okay. We'll go back to our questions.
We got notes everywhere. Okay. Can I transfer credits?
Yes.
Unused credits.
So some. Not all credits, but some. So, again, this goes back to you and your spouse both need to file. Whether you're common law or whether you are married or, it doesn't matter what your relationship is. If you're in a relationship, you should file your taxes together. And I'm going to give you a tip. Do them the same time. Don't say my husband's coming next week.
So much easier.
So much easier.
We've had a lot of people, the husband gets their taxes done somewhere else, and the wife comes here, and then it's much easier if you just come together, get it done, one sitting, then you don't got to worry about it.
Yep. And to be honest with you, you'll get a better tax result. If you file your taxes together, you will be able to trade credits back and forth.
See what works better where.
Yep. Use all the medical in one person. Don't separate your medical between the two of you unless there's a very, 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 very valid reason to do so. And like 1 in 1,000 people, that makes sense. It doesn't make sense for everybody.
No.
Give the child care to the right person. Make sure the right person is taking that deduction.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of a pension, split it. If you don't make exactly the same amount, if you make like $10,000 different from your spouse, you should be splitting your income. 100% split that pension income. It may only save you $100, but I've seen it save thousands, like $5,000-$6,000.
And
especially if one spouse works more.
Separate, how are you going to do that?
You're not going to do it, right?
Yeah,
don't do your taxes apart. I'm telling you, if you take any tip out of this, I'm going to probably say that 3 or 4 times, but this is a biggie, okay? If you are in a relationship that the government is aware of,
taxes together.
file them together. You live together. You sleep together.
Sometimes they sleep together. Sometimes they have separate rooms.
So yeah.
Some men like the couch. But file your taxes together.
Do it anyways. So yeah, even if you don't sleep
you're
together.
not happy with him.
I can't even hold the phone. Can't even hold the phone steady. If you, whether you sleep together or not, if you're in a common law or married relationship, you should file your taxes together at the same time. It will save you. It could save you thousands, really thousands. So do it.
And we should touch on credits for tuition. Tuition credits. So if you have a child who is paying tuition, and they don't need to use the credits, you can use your child's tuition credits.
Yep.
They can transfer. Yeah, they can transfer your their credits to you for their tuition.
Yep.
As long as they don't need them.
Yep. Up to $5,000 a year. Okay. So here's the thing about tuition credits to remember is they are your kids' credits, even if you paid the tuition. So you and them need to sit down and have a discussion about whether you're going to use them or they're going to use them or you're going to split.
They have to be part of the decision planning for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if those credits aren't used for tuition, they can carry over for lifetime for that student. Forever. So if they're not working, say they're in school for 7 years and they don't get a job for 7 years, well, those credits will still be there. So they can use them when they do start to work. Yep. Or if they want to help out mommy and daddy, they can transfer the credits to you guys.
Yeah, totally brilliant. So, your kid comes up with $7,000 worth of tuition and then some book monthly part-time or full-time book credits as well. Say they have $10,000. They can give 5 to you and keep 5 for themselves. And even if they don't need to use the 5, they can bank it, and your tuition credit bank, like Tracy said, will sit there forever. Until you need it. And you can pick at it a little each year just to bring you to a zero amount. So if you've got $12,000 worth of tuition sitting there, use it all. If you want a big refund and you're in that situation where you can make it happen, we can plan it to happen that way. If you're not, then just bank it and leave it until you need it and use a little bit to bring you to zero.
It doesn't go away. It's there forever.
Forever. It's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Tuition credits is one of the things the government does right.
Yes, they don't do a lot of things right, but that one they got good. That one's good.
She said it.
I like that one. What else do we got here? Okay. Should I claim medical expenses?
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, we're saying yes. Okay? If your medical costs were 43 cents last year, claim them.
A lot of people don't realize what is a medical expense.
Truth.
Some people don't realize that when they go to their doctor and get a doctor's slip for work, that you have to pay for it. And that's a medical expense that you can claim on your taxes.
Exactly. So, if your doctor charges you to get any paperwork filled out, or to get a sick note, or to look at your whatever I don't know.
Whatever they charge you, get a receipt.
Yep. Get a receipt. Get a statement at the end of the year. If you're bad at keeping receipts, go to the end of the year and say, listen, I need a statement of what money I gave you this year. Because that is a medical deduction. Definitely. And I know there's that 3% rule, but the 3% rule changes on a regular basis. They alter the math, and you never know when they're going to say, oh, we made a mistake. I've seen it. It's happened before, right? With the disability tax credit. We've been through this game. Oh, we made a mistake. We should have made that a deductible expense every year. We can go back and review the last 10 years. Okay, so if you didn't log your medical expenses for the last 10 years because you didn't have the 3%, you lose out.
Yeah.
Don't lose out.
We don't want that. We don't want that to happen.
Log your medical expenses every single year, no matter how much money it is, okay?
Yep.
So when you go, it drives me nuts. Makes my hair stand on end. And I got a lot of hair. Seriously. Makes my hair stand on end when people come to me and say, oh, I was down at the you-know-who and you-know-whos, and they said I couldn't use my medical.
Baloney.
Your medical may not have an impact on your current tax situation. Has to be in there. Put it in there. Because you never know when they're going to change the rule, and then you've lost out. And if you lose out because somebody told you that you can't use it, you can't use it is the stupidest phrase I've ever heard.
Yeah, no.
It really is. You can use anything. It may not have an impact.
You're paying, yes, you can use it.
Yep,
so, like,
use it.
glasses, for instance, eye exams.
Yep.
Dental work.
Physiotherapy.
All medical expenses.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and something that people don't necessarily know, usually people who live away in, like, remote areas know, travel.
Travel. If you have to travel over 40 kilometers for medical treatment that's not provided to you closer to home, you can claim all of that as medical.
Look at how much you know.
I know.
It amazes me
I'm
how much
learning things.
Tracy's sucking all this tax stuff into her brain at this mass speed. It's so cool.
So if over 40 kilometers, one way though, 40 kilometers one direction.
Yeah.
You can claim those as medical expenses.
Yep.
So that's your travel, if you have to stay in a hotel, food, all those things can be covered under your medical expenses because you're going to get medical treatment that you can't get where you live. Yep,
$17, and you don't need receipts. No receipts. All you need is something to say that you were at the doctor that day. Here's the thing to keep in mind. You need something to say you were there, and it has to be medical treatment that you had to drive to go get, right?
Yes.
So you can't drive 42 kilometers into Sydney to go to the dentist if there's one 13 kilometers from you.
No, it has to be something that's not available in your area.
Yeah. So all you people who drive down to the IWK in Halifax totally counts.
Oh, for sure.
The Cancer Treatment Center in Halifax, because they offer certain things that they don't have here in Sydney, totally counts, right? So if there's a question, we can get a ruling on it, but just ask us if you're curious about a certain treatment that you may take.
And 40 kilometers really isn't that far.
It's not.
If you map it out, I think from here to Whitney Pier is around 40 kilometers. So it's not that far. So, like, if your child has to go to, if they're from the north side and they have to go to Westmount, they have a dental surgery over there. I know because I worked there, and a lot of kids have to be put under to get dental work.
Yep.
Those are medical expenses that you can probably cover if you qualify for the 40,000 kilometers.
40.
Or 40 kilometers. Wow, 40,000. That's a lot.
40,000 is a lot of kilometers.
The 40 kilometers, sorry.
That would be a sucky rule if it was 40,000. You must drive to Peru in order to qualify.
Sorry, my bad. But
That's the fun thing about live. Sometimes we say things and we go, wait a minute.
I say a lot of things and I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
I do too.
Like
definitely.
a hot dog.
Like, damn.
Or, would you like a hot dog? I mean, coffee?
Yeah.
Not related the slightest.
No.
But Candy offered me a hot dog instead of a coffee this morning.
It's true. I did. It's bad. My brain is kind of...
Back on track.
Yeah.
But yes, there is a dental surgery there that a lot of children can't go to the dentist to get normal dental work done like adults can because, kids get scared.
Yep.
And I've seen lots of children that have to get multiple teeth removed and stuff at the same time, so they have to put them under, and usually they go over there. So, that might be something that you do. Yep,
definitely. Be sure to include it. So again, that comes back to the medical thing, right? Make sure that you are you're tracking all of your medical. Oh, another tip. Did you know that most pharmacies now will provide you a printout of all of the medical costs that you incurred that year? For example, if you go to the pharmacy here in Sydney Mines, they'll give you a printout in January of all of the prescription money that you paid them for the course of the year. So rather than keep all those little tiny itty bitty receipts, which
ask them for a printout.
Can I get last year's transactions? And they will give them to you.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say all of them, but most of the ones that I've spoke with, they don't charge you for it. They'll just give you the printout. And then all of your medical is on one nice little piece of paper, and you don't need all those little itty bitty pieces of paper.
The medical printouts for your kids too.
Yes.
Because not just your medical,
bingo.
Your kids as well. So glasses, teeth, again, anything for your children as well.
Yep.
They're your dependents. You can claim their medical expenses as well.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Medical's a biggie.
Medical's a biggie.
So many people go, I don't think I made my 3%. It's not worth it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it anyways.
Do it.
I don't care what you think. No, I'm kidding.
But it's crazy how much we do spend in medical. Like, there's some people that
it adds up.
It adds
and
up.
you don't realize how quick 3% goes poof, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I spent that much last year?
I know myself.
It adds up.
I went and got my printout, and it was over $500 that I spent in prescriptions that year. I'm like, I do not remember spending that much money. Wow.
Holy Hannah, eh? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get your printouts. And that's just prescriptions. It's not including glasses and eye exams and
all the
physio
other stuff that adds
and
up.
all the other things that adds up. So,
Yeah.
you know what? It's your money you're spending. Claim it.
I'm slightly distracted because I thought I saw a question, but go ahead. We'll go ahead with the
Okay.
next one while I try and...
This is
look
the
at
last
this one.
question that I have wrote down here.
Okay.
Is there a filing extension if I am self-employed?
Yes.
Do you have to file by the end of April deadline, or when is the deadline? End of April, yes.
Yeah. The deadline is always the last day of April unless it falls on a weekend, and then it'll be the midnight the Monday afterwards. So it's always the last day of April.
Except if you're self-employed.
Right.
There is an extension.
You get to wait until June 15th. So you get to procrastinate just a little bit longer.
You got a whole month and a half to get your crap together.
But let's be realistic, okay? When we're filing our taxes at the end of April, that is for the previous year. So
Yes.
you've had January, February, March, and whatever part of April. So you had 3 months to gather your stuff up anyways. I don't know.
People are busy.
Yeah,
People put
I know.
it off. It's all...
I know.
Nobody thinks about taxes until February.
I think about taxes all year.
I think about taxes all year since I've been here.
Haha.
But honestly, a lot of people just kind of put it on the back burner and they're like, oh, I'll get to it.
true.
And next thing you know, it's April and it's like, oh my God, I didn't file my taxes.
It's true.
Well, if you're self-employed, you do have until June 15th. So
Yep.
And if you're the spouse of somebody that is self-employed, you also get to wait till June 15th.
You do.
So if your husband has a business, if your wife has a business, then you can file your income tax with them. Remember, we want you to file together before June 15th. So you do have a little bit of a liberty there. You have a little bit of time to get your stuff all in order and
It's
more
perfect.
time to procrastinate.
Or prepare.
Probably procrastinate.
It's possible.
Yeah, like I said, lots of people don't think about taxes until after the new year. And
Till
then
it's
the
time.
phone's ringing off the hook and they're like, we gotta get our taxes done. So, yeah.
Come early this year. We're expecting it to be busy. We're
We
hoping.
are. We're hoping.
We're hoping it'll be
Fingers
busy.
crossed.
We gotta have something for Tracy to do, so
Yes.
be busy.
Be busy.
But no, seriously, come early. If you have your stuff together, come early. Don't come to me in February looking for T4 slips yet, though, because
No.
here's the thing about T4 slips. When your company files them, so say you work for Walmart, once Walmart, the corporation, files their T4 slips, they're available online. But until they do that, I can't see them.
Yeah.
So
And
most companies
wait till the last minute.
They
so,
do. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
they do.
And
And I don't think they do it because they want to, irritate you.
No,
But they have to prepare their stuff too, right?
And if it's a big company,
There's a
you're
lot of
not the
T4
only
slips.
employee. They got a lot of people to go through. So they usually have them out by the end of February, though.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I usually like to, with my clients, I usually like to have their T4 slips filed online before the end of January. That's usually my goal.
Yep.
We've got a few more clients this year, so it might be, early into February, but definitely by the deadline. But some companies, they just, it takes a while, or they're paying an accounting firm that is backlogged, and sometimes it is the last minute before people get stuff filed. It happens occasionally, but don't ask me for your T4 slip in February because I'm not even going to look. But I will look the middle of March.
And e-file usually isn't open until the second week in February anyway.
It's true. I'll announce the date once we know it.
Your your T4s on the 1st of February.
Yep. So, and here's something to keep in mind, folks. This year, I'm going to be away. Tracy will be in the office for some of it. But I'm going to be away at the beginning of February for the first week. A cruising. We'll talk about that another time.
She's lucky. I'm
Pretty
not.
excited. I'm going to the Grand Caymans on the Monster Rock cruise, so I'm pretty excited about that. But that's cruise number 2 in a matter of a couple months. So yeah, we're not going to go there. But anyways, I'll be away because e-file isn't open anyway. So there's nothing that I can do for you guys until the e-file season opens.
You can drop stuff off though.
Yeah.
If you have things, you can drop them off. We do have a drop-off service.
Yep. And we'll get things ready and prepared, and we'll have them ready to go. And then as soon as e-file opens, we'll just mass file them all. Yeah, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
But I'll provide dates and more information about that
as we get closer
when we get
to tax
closer.
season.
Yep.
Because it's coming, guys. We're over halfway there.
We are like 100 and something days from it now. It's seriously, it's below 200 days before
We're almost
tax
into
season.
September, so
it's pretty crazy.
You know,
we're there.
So, yeah, 9th month is almost around the corner, and then
it's hard to believe.
You only have a few more months, and you're done.
I can't wait to see everybody. It's so funny in this business. Like, you see people once a year usually. That's it. So that's why I never know who any of you are. I'm like, yeah, I know that face, but yeah. I don't know your name because
I don't know anybody because I wasn't here last year.
So Tracy would be like, everybody will be new.
Everybody's a new face to me.
Yeah.
But I'll be here this year, so we'll get to know you.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. Oh, sorry, I was reading. Thought I got a question. Go ahead. I don't know what we were even talking about.
I was going to mention that we have an event coming up.
Oh, we do.
We do. We are going to be participating in the Two Rivers Wildlife Park Pumpkin People.
It's pretty cool.
I love the fall and Halloween. It's my favorite. I'm wishing away summer for the fall. I'm sorry, people. But yeah, we are going to build pumpkin people, and we're going to promote the business. Hopefully, I think we're going to try to set up by the raccoons because we get to pick our spot.
And they look like little tax criminals. I love their makeup.
Yes, they're very cute. They're like one of my favorites. So yeah, for the whole month of October, we're going to have pumpkin people. So when you guys are going through and, you know, they have what's that scary thing that they have over there?
Fright night.
Stop by and see our pumpkin people. Yay!
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're really excited. We're still working out some details, but we are pretty sure we know what we're going to do now, and I'm not going to give away too much information because I'm sure we'll post pictures and stuff of our progress as we're doing it, but I will give you one hint: Dr. Seuss. So everybody loves Dr. Seuss. So yeah, that's our hint.
That's a hint. That's a good hint. I was going to say hint, but your hint was better, so that's
What's your hint?
No, I'm not going to. Shh. I was going to say that okay, I'll tell you. Our pumpkin people, of course, it's going to be a tax thing.
Oh, it is a tax thing.
I can't wait.
And to let everybody know, if you guys do want to participate, you can.
Yeah.
They told us that a lot of families like to compete. So you don't necessarily have to be a business, not trying to really like over promote their thing, but it's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, they provide the pumpkins. So you just have to build your people and they give you your pumpkins and you set them up there. But this year's theme is cartoon characters. So yeah, all their information's on their website, Two Rivers Wildlife Park. You can Google them. They're on Facebook. But yeah, you can look into it if you want to do pumpkin people. And it's a contest. Cool. So they're going to have prizes there's a couple of different categories for creativity and stuff like that. So yeah, if, you know, your family and another family want to compete against each other, or brother and sisters, or whatever, or if you have a business and you want to promote your business, do the pumpkin people.
Yep. Get a hold of Two Rivers fast, though, because you have to reserve your idea.
Yeah. Once you pick your character, nobody else can pick it.
I don't think anybody else would pick ours anyways, but ours is really cool.
Ours is cool.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so if you have a favorite cartoon character and you want to see them in a pumpkin form, make a pumpkin person and enter it in the Two Rivers Wildlife Park. Very cool.
We're participating just because it's cool. We ran into them up at the exhibition when we were looking at their little stuffed animals, which are adorable. I have a beaver on my desk.
I love their stuffed animals because they're only $10 and the money goes towards the animals at the park.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And I'm all about the animals. So.
And, you know, I'm a bit of a suck. I know I admit it. Any way that I can help out, you know, local organizations or businesses, I'm going to try and do it, right?
And then we think of a tax tip, too.
Oh, tax tip!
Donations.
Donations.
What if you donate? Can you claim them?
Any organization that is registered as an NPO or a charitable organization can give you a tax receipt if they've been given a tax-exempt number. So, for example, The Stone Church. Oh, I'm actually going to mention it because Melanie, I love her to death.
And the Stone Church is very pretty.
The Stone Church is gorgeous. So the Stone Church I'm sure you guys have heard about the Stone Church thing going on. They were trying to save the church because it was going to get demolished. And there's a Stone Church Restoration Society. No, wait, I have some news.
Oh, really?
Yes. So the Stone Church Restoration Society, of which my dear friend Melanie is a part of, got a cash injection recently from a non-Canadian.
Wow.
A non-Canadian that's been following it. And I'm not positive the number, but it was in the thousands, like $6,000 or $7,000.
Wow.
And they met their goal. So it's
so they're
done.
not going to rip down the church. That's great.
Done deal. Church is going to sell. Actually, I think the sale might actually be finished. Look for the Stone Church Society page if you want the details. But yeah, they got a huge cash injection, a couple of big ones in the end.
That's amazing.
And they met their goal.
That's amazing.
It's so
cool.
cool.
It's not an operational church.
No.
But I think they are going to turn it into like a venue kind of a thing.
Yep,
so.
they're going to do some renovations, and that's their next thing that they need to.
And it's a
fundraise for.
Building.
Oh,
even if you just go there to get like pictures or something.
It's beautiful,
gorgeous.
So the whole
Very
reason
beautiful.
we're talking about that is the fact that they have a charitable license. So when you make them a donation, totally counts.
Another big one around here, Christmas Daddies.
Christmas Daddies.
You can get.
Yep, they'll give you one too.
Receipts from them. Make a Wish Foundation. That's another one.
Yep.
Anything like that, you can get receipts for. You can claim those on your taxes.
Yep. Keep your donations.
Yep.
Track them. Church. Most people know that you'll get your statement at the end of the year from the church, and you can use that as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, use your donations.
Now,
don't pay more tax than you have to.
Is
right?
there a minimum amount or a maximum amount for donations? Nope.
Nope.
So there you go.
$5 counts.
There you go.
$1 counts. I wish I could get. We don't make much profit. We might be able to get MPO status. My husband will kill me.
Not taking donations.
If we could get MPO status and you could like pay your $35 and get a donation receipt for it, that would be so wicked.
Yeah, that would be good.
It would be pretty cool.
Okay, I'm on board for that. I thought you were gonna campaign for something else.
No, I'm thinking like if you could pay your $35 to get your taxes prepared, a donation.
Is a donation.
So last year, I read an article last year where Revenue Canada or Canada Revenue Agency was thinking about allowing us to deduct, similar to a donation expense, the cost of having your income taxes prepared. It never came to fruition.
Darn.
Yeah, governments changed, things altered, budgets didn't have the money, whatever happened, it didn't happen. So, I was giving out receipts last year, hopefully that it would come to fruition, but it never did. So if anybody from the CRA is listening, I thought that was a great deal, push it. Because I think that we are forced to file our taxes. It's not something that we do out of the goodness of our heart. Yeah, we should be able to write off that. We should
be able to write it off. I think.
Especially these poor people that don't know any better and don't know we're out there and pay $100 or $200 or whatever it is they pay to get their taxes done.
We've been noticing that we don't have a lot of people from the Bador area, so we're going to be working on that. But there's a lot of people in the Bador area that are overpaying to get your taxes done.
Guys, we're 10 minutes from you at the most. Drive slowly, we're 10 minutes.
Yes.
We're right on Shore Road in Sydney Mines. Come get your taxes done here. Save yourself a pile of money.
$35 for
we are 100%. We are accepting new clients. We've got so many clients up in Ganishway that we may be taking a trip up there this year. Actually, I'm pretty excited about it too. If anybody knows, actually, this is a good question. Actually, if anybody, I know there's a lady up that way that prepares taxes, and I would love to hear from her. So if you know her. If you could get her in touch with me, that would be fantastic. Nobody seems to know her name when I ask, and I don't know if that's a privacy issue or they're afraid I want to spam her to death, but I know there's a lady up in Ganishway that does taxes, and I was told that she wasn't accepting any more clients. So I'd like to have a conversation with her, because if she isn't, then I'm fine with that. But if she is, if this is just hearsay or a fib,
we don't want to.
I'm not going there.
Stomping ground.
Yeah, no. I don't want to. If I'm going to go put my name out in a region to help with taxes, I'm going to do it because I live here in Sydney Mines, so I did. But I'm going to do it because they have they need the help up there. And if they need the help, that's fine. I'll extend the olive branch. But I'm telling you, if you guys know her, I'd love to have a conversation with her, because I don't want to put my name anywhere where there's someone with a business trying to build business. Yeah.
We are a small business. We love small business.
Yeah.
So we would love to help anybody that needs the help. So
Yeah.
we're not going to stampede all over her stomping grounds.
Nope.
If she is taking new clients, if she's not and she needs some help, we're there. But,
Yeah.
you know.
So, and that actually brings up something else, because somebody had mentioned that there was a tax preparer here in Sydney Mines as well. There is one that I'm told isn't accepting clients anymore either. And I did send a letter, but I never got a response, and that's fine.
That's okay.
But I also was told there's a couple of people that are doing it paper form. Here's what I'm going to tell you, folks. If someone fills out your paper return and they do it for money, it's illegal.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
I didn't know that.
Any preparer who takes money for the service and does more than 10 returns in one calendar year has to be e-filed. It's the law.
Wow.
It's the rules. So don't...
That's a biggie. That's
it's
one.
a cash economy thing, right? They're trying to put
That's
an end to it, and they want e-filers to go through the security checks that we go through.
Yes, because not everybody can be an e-filer. There's some strict rules to be an e-filer.
Yep.
So, you know, not everybody can do it. If you have a criminal record, you can't be an e-filer.
Dude, if you owe money to Revenue Canada and you're filing other people's taxes, there's an issue, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's smart the way that they've done it, because they're trying to eliminate all these little guys that, you know, put Kijiji ads up and say they're going to do it for $45 and they don't. All they did was buy software. God help you, please don't do it. You know, if you find a guy if you find a guy that's going to do your taxes cheaper than I'm charging at $35, I want to know, is he e-file registered? I want to know he or she. I want to know his or her education. And congrats to them, because I do it as cheap as I financially can do it. Because I know it's not something that we all do because we love taxes. It's something that we're forced to do. So I try and make it easy on you guys. And I know that's not really the smart way of doing business, but I have bookkeeping clients throughout the year, and, you know, it all works out.
That's another thing. We offer bookkeeping services as well, people.
We do.
And it's not just personal returns that we do. We do business returns and corporate returns.
Yep. Small business and corporations. Small business is a $45 cost if you do not have any bookkeeping involved. But our bookkeeping rates are pretty reasonable anyways if you need some help. And corporations I do for $250. $250 for your corporate return.
Wow.
Yeah, seriously, I don't even want to know. I know a guy who paid like thousands to get his done last year. And
I heard of a few people that have paid in the thousands.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's painful.
It's
more pages. It's more complicated. You know, you have to know what you're looking at. But seriously, thousands of dollars, like it just. You could. I am positive, because I can see it in my face. I get so angry when I'm sure you guys see it. I get so worked up when I hear these stories about people paying $70 to get their personal taxes done.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I looked at a bill. A guy was charged $3,800 to file his corporate return. No bookkeeping.
Crazy.
Just click the boxes. No. It's craziness.
When you could probably pay that for your bookkeeping and your return.
Yeah, I have guys who filed their return. I did their books all year, and it wasn't $3,000.
No.
Like, it's stupid. It's and I mean, I'm not saying it's stupid on your part. There are companies out there that need to charge these charges in order to operate their business, and I'm fine with that. But if you're a small business and you're spending more on bookkeeping in a year than you're taking out of it, dude, we need to sit down and have a conversation, right? Because you're spending more to operate your business, or to track your business, than you are gaining out of it. And that's not the point of business, right? None of us got in business to do our books.
No.
Well, no.
Not you.
Even me. I got in business to do your books, but not mine. Trust me. Mine's last.
Yeah.
Always last.
And we use a bunch of different softwares, too, to do.
Yeah, we support QuickBooks. We support QuickBooks Online, FreshBooks, Stripe, Simply Accounting, which is now Sage 50. What else?
Good old Excel.
Good old Excel. Yeah, Excel. If you're a paper guy, I'm going to move you into Excel. But yeah, you don't have to use software.
If you are using a software right now and you wanted to bring it over to us, chances are we use that software.
Yeah, and if we haven't before, we will, because
we'll figure it out. There's
so many out there that I've looked at that I just don't buy every year, because what's the point of buying software if you don't have a client that's in it, right?
And don't worry about how messy things are. Bring it to us in a box. Bring it to us in a bag. It doesn't matter. Yep. We'll figure it out.
We get Walmart bags full of stuff all the time.
I love organizing papers. I really do. I'm not saying that sarcastically. Candy hands me the box. I go through it.
Makes
me
pretty.
happy.
Yeah, she likes to make it pretty and put labels on things, and you'll get back something that it didn't look like when it walked in the door, trust me. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know, we got off there. I don't know.
That's the end of the questions that I had wrote down.
All right.
If anybody has questions, we would love to hear them.
Let me take a peek.
I think we're going to do this again next Friday.
That's our plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, our plan is to do it next Friday.
We have discussed doing a live all about small business. If you want to start a small business.
Yes.
Different things that you can claim if you have a small business.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that pretty soon. Because I think there's a lot of people out there that...
We have to do some preparation just to make sure that we have all the information that we want to give to you guys.
Yep.
But I don't know if we'll do it next Friday or the following Friday, but every Friday. Yep. Every Friday, live.
Yep, we're going to do live every Friday. It's a good thing.
Yes.
So if you guys have any questions, send them to us in advance. If you can chime in, we'd love to have you chime in live. I know a lot of you are going to be watching this after the fact because you're probably at work today. Doing your thing, or out enjoying this sort of overcast, beautiful summer of ours. And that's fine if you watch it after the fact. We'll still check the messages. We're still reading the messages. So if something comes up, ask us the question.
If we didn't answer your question this week, leave it in the comments what your question is. If you don't want anybody to see what your question is, if you want it to be private, you can private message us, text us, call us, email.
Yep.
There's lots of ways to get a hold of us.
Yeah. We're pretty easy to get a hold of.
You can email me, Tracy, at candyholstrom.com, I think is my email address. I couldn't remember for a second. Or you can email Candy at candyholstrom.com.
Yep.
We both have our own email, so you can email either one of us, or you can call Candy, or you can Facebook.
Yeah, so if you want, if you want to ask a question and you aren't sure whether it's something that you want publicly asked or not, just email it, text it, or private message us. That's fine.
Fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me check my little list.
Do we get everything there?
Pumpkin people, questions. Oh, the profit. Right.
Profit reminder.
Oh, and can I file? Shoot. We missed two things.
Shoot.
We missed two things. Okay, we're going to extend just a couple of minutes. I know we've been about an hour, and it's a long video for you guys, but just a couple quick questions. I touched on it a minute ago, actually, when I said that nobody gets in business to do their bookkeeping. We're all in business to make money, hopefully. If not, it's not a viable business.
It's Canada, a hobby, it's not a business.
By Canada Revenue's description, if you're not in it to make money, it's not a business, it's a hobby, so stop trying to write it off. But here's the fact of the matter. If you are in business and you're doing something that you love and you're making money, you found the Canadian dream, right? But please be making money at it.
Yes. A lot of people don't factor in what exactly goes into the business.
Yeah. And the costs, right? There's so many costs.
They're not, when they're doing their hourly rates or they're doing their per item rates, they're not factoring in the time it took to make that or produce that, the cost of the materials. Those are all things. Your electricity, everything. They're all things to run your business. And that's putting your profit margin down.
Here's an example of what we're talking about, okay? So I'm a pen manufacturer. Small business, okay? I'm going to make this cool little pen. I'm going to put my little business information on it. You're going to be able to put your own business stuff on this pen, right? So this is my new business, and I'm going to take your information. I'm going to put it on pens, and I'm going to sell them to you. I love this. This makes me very amused. I think this is the greatest business idea ever, so I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, and I'm all happy about it. It cost me about $1 to create this pen. But because I want to sell a lot of them, I'm going to sell it for 75 cents.
That's not good math.
What on earth am I doing?
Yes.
Even if I'm selling it for $1.50, how many pens do I have to sell to make minimum wage? Right? So stop and think it out, guys. Stop and do your financial statements. Come get help if you need to. We'll help you figure it out.
We'll help answer your questions.
You know, just recently we were helping a friend kind of figure out how much an hour she actually makes doing her business. She loves it. She'll do it 24 hours a day. But is she making any money at it? You know, and sometimes it comes down to the sad reality that you need to charge $2 for your pen instead of $1 because If you're not making any money at it, what on earth?
Yeah, you can't run a
It's
business.
a hobby.
You can't run a business if you're running it into the ground. So,
Yep.
you know, you gotta make money. Even though you love it, you gotta make money.
You do. You have to make money at it. And then the last question was, can I file 2008? Yes. Okay. So you can file any tax return for the last 10 years. So as of today, you can file 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay? As of today. Beginning in February, you'll be able to file 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay? So you got it? Every 10 years, backwards, you can file. And if you have to make an adjustment to any one of those years, you can do it up until 10 years. So say you, I don't know, say you didn't know that you qualified for the disability tax credit. Perfect example.
Perfect example.
You find out you're allowed to qualify for it. Oh my God, I qualified from back in 2006. Yeah, we're going to go in and adjust every year.
Every single year.
Every year you qualified, we'll go fix her up for you.
Yep.
And that's the case with anything. So, you had child care costs in 2007 and you forgot about.
Bring it in.
Bring her in.
Do the adjustment.
Let's get her fixed. It's your money. Get it
back.
back.
As long as it's within the 10-year period, you're good.
Any alteration. Now, it is your responsibility to report your income taxes correctly. So, as with deductions, if you find a T4 slip that you forgot from 2006, it's your responsibility to go in and add that.
Bring it in.
Okay? So bring it in. Let's get it fixed.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that most of the time the government knows already and they've already probably reassessed you and added the T4 slip in. But if they haven't and you know it's there, you're legally obliged to do it. So you're supposed to do it. Even if it causes you to owe money, which I'm sorry, but it's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so lots of fun stuff going on here. Questions, answers, pumpkin people. It's all good.
Yeah. It is. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I don't think so. We took up about an hour of your time, and I'm sure some of you watched this in parts.
I didn't think it would be this long.
I didn't either, but we had a lot of questions. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was good. Okay.
All right.
So, yeah, we're going to do this every Friday. If you love it, let us know. If you hate it, I'm sorry. Don't watch. Oh, yes, follow. So there's a little thing somewhere on Facebook that allows you to follow our live videos. So if you want to be notified of the fact that we're doing a live video, it'll actually pop up on your phone.
Friday.
It's cool. Like, I follow Todd Latour of Queensryche because I love him dearly. It's like my favorite band ever. So every time he goes live, a thing pops up on my phone and goes, "Hey, Todd's live." And I'm like, "Yay! Hi, Todd. Love you, man. See ya."
I don't know if we're as exciting as him, but
we're not as exciting as Todd.
We're not music.
Todd goes live a lot, actually. But it's cool because he is doing what we're doing. He's talking to the people. And sometimes talking to the people is a good thing.
If it wasn't for the people, we would not be here. We need the people.
And that is the truth.
Yes.
I've said this before at Itchy Head today. I've said this before that I am so humbled by the way that the Sydney Mines and North Sydney communities have embraced my business. I get a little bit emotional because I'm just a chick from BC. And I know everything's about the Tommy Capstick. Everybody knows my husband.
Tommy freaking Capstick.
Yep. Yeah, and for the longest time, people actually called me Tommy Capstick's wife. They weren't really sure what my name was. My name is Candy. Nice to meet you.
She has a name.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people know me because of Tommy, and that's cool.
Tommy's a popular man.
He is. Yeah, he's a good DJ. But the thing is, I really appreciate how much support and how much you guys share our videos and our comments and our tax tips.
We love your comments.
Yeah, yeah. I'm holding the phone, so I can't do it, but I'll give you the half heart, because, yeah, there, Tracy's got the whole heart. We love you.
We love you guys.
I really, really, really appreciate you guys supporting this little business of ours. It's pretty fantastic.
Yes.
I'm getting emotional.
Don't cry.
I won't.
Okay.
We're
Give
live.
me a tissue.
Nope.
Okay.
It's all good. Anyways. I think we're done.
Are we done?
We're done.
We wasted everybody's hour.
No, it wasn't a waste. You learned. You learned a ton of things.
Yes.
Yep.
And comment.
Yes,
Send
let us know. If you have questions, we'll answer them. We won't make you wait till Friday to get the answer. We'll send you the answer right away. But we'll add it just in case somebody else might have the same question. You never know.
So yeah. All right.
Okay, we're out of here.
Bye.
We'll see you in a week. Love y'all. And we'll see you in 100 and something days.
Tax time's coming.
It is.